Hi and welcome back. We had a lot of fun with the apples last week. Let's go ahead and get these pears done. I am going to do Drunkin Christmas Pear Pie filling. Say that 3 times fast. It has been a very busy week. Grandpa was able to help and volunteer with Hogs for a Cause. We got 1 whole hog and shared with the family, so we have a whole bunch of bones and other slices of meat, including a thigh about that big around, that we're going to go ahead and preserve for the holidays. I just processed 9 quarts of pork stock, got all the meat off the bones, and I have 6 pints of pulled pork with barbecue sauce, and I have a whole gallon jar of white kimchi. It's just done too. It's been busy, so let's go ahead and get on these pears and let's get started. First things first, you want to gather your ingredients. Got the pears, -1 because I used one of those for the kimchi. We're going to add pecans, dried cranberries. The less sugar on these cranberries, the better. And then sugar. It's feeling a lot like Christmas. Then you're going to add your cinnamon and nutmeg. Xanthan gum to thicken it up. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and can what we make. It is 100% if you up to you if you want to keep the skins on or if you want to skin them. You can still do the same things with these as you did with the apple skins and make vinegar, but I'm going to leave the skins on for these because I like that little bit of a crunch on these. The skins on here are really thin. So whenever, after you wash your fruit, go ahead and take out any of the spots on the fruit. And we're going to go ahead and slice. The cores I'm going to go ahead and give to my worm farm. But for these, you kind of want 1 inch by 1 inch squares. Whenever you're done, go ahead and put them in a pot until they're all sliced in cubes. Alright, so this pot took all but 1 pear. I'm probably going to cut that up and add it as this reduces. First thing is first, we need to add 2 cups of the brandy. And we're going to go ahead and put this on medium. I've had this bottle of brandy for over a year. Because this is the same brandy I used for the brandied peaches jam. One thing about cooking with alcohol is that the alcohol adds flavor, and the alcohol, the actual thing that gets you drunk, will cook out. Shoot. A little bit more. It'll cook out so it doesn't get you drunk, but it'll have the flavor of the brandy or other alcohol that you're using. We're going to go ahead and put this on medium heat, put a lid on it, let it come up to a boil. We're not adding water to this, if you've noticed, because these are going to reduce and release the water that's already in them, and we're going to use that. It'll come down. Okay, now that we have this about halfway cooked, you can still smell the brandy, so it needs to boil out a little bit more. This is where we're going to add the sugar and spices. But we are going to do some of the chopped pecans. Okay, it says here, there we go. So this is going to be 1 cup. This whole thing holds about 10 cups. So if you want to gauge on how much you're going to need, this is about the ratio. And then again, equal amounts of the dried cranberries. If you can find these in unsweetened form, that would be better, because then you can add the full 2 cups of sugar instead of just 1. Even though this is reduced sugar, it still has sugar in it, and I don't want to overload it. I'm sorry about this. The smoke. There we go. Now to this, we're adding that's 1/2 cup, 1 cup. 1 cup of sugar. One tablespoon of vanilla. Two teaspoons of cinnamon. And 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. You can add more nuts if you want to. You can add more cranberries if you want to. I may actually add more cranberries to this because this is a large batch. And let this cook down even further. And we'll be back. Now that this is all done, it's all nice and cooked through. There's still a lot of liquid in here. Now, since there is like a lot of liquid in here, I'm going to go ahead and strain out the liquid, keep the liquid. We're going to thicken the liquid, then add the fruit back in. If that makes any sense. You'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. Here's all the liquid. Let's get that thickened up. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and leave the door open, even though it is blazing sun inside of my house. Get better light this way. Here we are sprinkling ever so lightly the xanthan gum. Now whenever you can this, if you want, go ahead and add some of the true lemon to this to bring up the pH. That way you can go ahead and water bath this. If you don't, you're going to need to pressure can it because it is a low acid fruit. Even though the cranberries do add the pH to it, it's not necessarily going to be enough. Once this gets to your desired thickness, I'm going to leave it just a smidge thin for the canning process, because whenever you can it, it's going to thicken even more. So that took about a tablespoon of xanthan gum. There was a lot of liquid in this. We're still going to leave it a little bit thick, but it's nice and gooey gooey. And then we're going to go ahead and re-add the fruit and make a mess. At this point, you want to turn off your heat. So everything's already done. We're just re-adding because we didn't have enough room in the pot to do everything all at once. And it happens. Look how glossy that is. I've got 7 pints here. I may need another one. Now you want to debubble. That means working on getting all the bubbles out. Because if there's a lot of bubbles in your jars, what's going to happen, not only are you not going to be getting all the, as much of the pie filling in there as possible, but there is also the temptation of rot or fermenting. I am definitely going to need more of these. Okay, so we now have 9 pints of canned Drunkin Christmas Pear Pie filling. And this is what I've been working on the rest of the week. I've got 6 pulled barbecue pork pints and 9 of this gorgeous bone broth that we got from that wild boar. Grandma's been busy. I want to thank the people who have actually tipped on my call.com account. Love you. And hopefully we'll be able to do something special for this holiday season, okay? Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed. And Grandma's going to take a nap.